My name's Guido. This is my 1965 Pontiac GTO. Had it for about 20 years. It's been through various combinations. Where it's at now, it's a 521 cubic inch Pontiac, built by Mahle Motors in Canada. And then it's got a 94 millimeter turbo on it. Makes about 1,500 horsepower to the tires. And I don't own a truck and trailer, so if I want to do any event, I got to drive to it. For me, that's what this is all about. Not having a truck and trailer, and I used to snowmobile in BC, and you know, you'd buy the snowmobile and you'd get to use it like half a dozen times, and you'd trailer out there. And so I wanted something that I drive this thing to work all summer. I drive it everywhere. Like I said, it's my daily driver with the 6-speed. You get good, decent gas mileage anyways. I mean, not like Mini Cooper gas mileage, but it gets good gas mileage. Everyone gets to enjoy it. Lots of people, you know, all the gas station stories. You know, I had one just like it, except for it was 4-door and had a Hemi, but you know, people enjoy seeing them out. That's a big part of why I drive it everywhere. You know, I had a good conversation with Chad, who's in first in this class, in the stick class, and you know, he lightened his car up a whole bunch, and he was telling me how, you know, it looks really nice inside now, and he's like, but my wife doesn't want to ride in it. It's too light. So this thing's heavy. It's 4,000 pounds. I think it was 4,010 yesterday. And yeah, I just can't make it lighter because the creature comforts of driving it all the time will disappear. I mean, I got heat, I got Hydro Boost, so I got power brakes, power steering. I don't have air conditioning yet, but I am seriously contemplating it because it just makes it so you want to drive it everywhere. And you know, could I build a lightweight stick car that competes with a bunch of those other guys? I could. I got enough power and I could do it, but I wouldn't be driving it everywhere and enjoying it. So I've been doing this this is my 14th event. Up until my 12 successful events. My last event was my 13th and my first failure. So I was a little nervous coming this time, but like I said, I don't have a truck and trailer, so I still drove it all the way from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, which is, actually I went and drove, met Bill, and then drove to the first track. So it was about 1,800 miles to start the event. And yeah, that's just my gig. That's the way I like to roll. You know, even Bill, you know, when I'm not with him, he's like, maybe I'll trailer it. When I'm coming, it's like, you ain't trailering, man. It's so much fun cruising a couple of cars like this, stopping at gas stations, BSing. Everyone that we pass, you know, gets to enjoy them too. If you look at my car, you'll see it's not a show car. Like, there are pieces on my car that just don't look pretty, but they're functional. So I try to build everything. Like, I can lash the valves. I did it in a gas station on the way down here in about 15 minutes. And that's just because I built it, so it was easy to take apart, easy to access. And so for me, it's definitely form over, you know, what it looks like. It's got to be functional. When you drive it to work and you drive it to the grocery store, and it's a true street car, you get to work out all the bugs as you're driving it all the time. So the more you drive it, the more you get used to it, the more comfortable you get. I mean, we drove it to Florida last year. We put mud flaps on, winter tires. I had my 80-year-old dad in the passenger seat, and Kyle from Boosted Lifestyle, a YouTuber, we put the back seat back in the car. He rode all the way there. It was a 7,500 mile round trip. There was 36 cars in the stick class. I got first by like 0.4 of a second, so I was like half a second ahead of the field. And I was one of the few guys who drove all the way. So, I mean, I wanted to almost hang up my shoes after that, because it was like, I don't know how you get it. Like, that was a pretty epic event. And, you know, Tom Bailey did a fantastic job. And, but here I am out here with Bill and all my friends again. And yeah, the other piece for me, it's all about the struggle too. It's like challenge yourself, see what you can do. You know, I didn't get to test this before I left this last time. I'm usually like to drive and test, but I didn't get one pass on it. It's totally fresh build, and so I was pretty nervous making my first pass, but don't have a truck and trailer, so I either could say, well, I didn't test it and I'm not coming, but that's not my gig. Whatever happens, we'll figure it out and we'll get home one way or another. So we're back. A little minor interlude so I could go run my first 8-second at Rocky Mountain Race Week. Yesterday I went 9:000. That was the closest I'd been to an 8 at this event. I've been 8s before, but so yeah, I just went 8:98 against the guy in first who was, and he went 8:000, I think, and he's trying to run 7s. So it's a badass race. Parachutes out at the end. Chad's a great guy, much like Bill, you know, already becoming good friends. And yeah, I think where we left off is we were talking about the friendship with Bill, and you know, I met him on the first Drag and Drive event, and then we've been best friends forever. We almost talk 3 times a week. He's in Colorado, I'm in Canada. We're always bouncing ideas off each other to make us both quicker. And yeah, I mean, my best pass in this car is an 877. Bill's best pass is an 870. He's got twin turbo, small block Ford. Both of us are running G-Force transmissions, but I got a big block Pontiac, 521 cubes, and a 94 millimeter turbo. So very different combinations. I'm about 300 pounds heavier than him, but we are like neck and neck. Like I love racing him. I'd race him every pass here if I could. It's just so much fun, especially if I'm first. But yeah, you know, I've got friends pretty much all over the U.S. and when I post on Facebook that I'm heading out, I get so many messages of, if you're going through Montana, stop here. And you know, Sean Fink last time was like, are you stopping at our house again? And we stayed there on the way to Sick Week. And I mean, I had only chatted with him a little bit, but yeah, you just have so many friends and so many like-minded people, and they don't care if you show up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You show up at their house, they're happy to see you. Yeah, it's just fantastic. As you can tell, I'm a little amped up because, you know, I just made an 8-second pass. So if I had any recommendation for you, I would be just get out and do it. Like, you know, is your car going to be perfect? No, but you're not going to figure it out until you just get out and do it. You won't know what you don't know. And when you come and meet these people, everybody will help you. And you just got to get out and do it. Go out and do your first one. You'll figure it out. And you'll also figure out how many changes to make for next time. And it'll beat the heck out of you for the week. And before you're even home, as you're driving home, you're already thinking about the next one and what you could do better and what you're going to bring next time that you forgot this time. And you just can't wait to do it again. I mean, I literally came from a week with a buddy doing miles of mayhem in a 4,000 pound 72 Dart, had a week off to get my car going, and then drove down here. And we might be dragging it down to go do drag week again here. So yeah, it's an addiction, but it's a great time with great people. So yeah, if it were me, just get out and do it. You'll love it.